Good morning, this is Faith, and I'm about to give you a before tour of my garden, and it's in terrible shape. Everything's a mess. I started to work on it yesterday afternoon, didn't do as much as I thought I would. It's 32 degrees out right now, but it's supposed to go up to 60 this afternoon, so I'm hoping to spend a lot of time this afternoon, a couple of hours. And I think I'm even going to miss the Kate Howe read-along most Victorian discussion of The Dead Secret by Wilkie Collins, because I just want to be out in the garden, and I don't want to waste a Sunday afternoon. Not that it's really a waste, but I just need to be here. But you can see it's pretty frosty. I don't know if you can, but it's definitely cold out. Anyway, let me just show you. I mean, it's in terrible shape. It's in terrible shape. But let's see. I'll start over here. This is, like I said, this is going to be raw footage, and it's going to be my before, because hopefully periodically I'll post videos showing showing progress, hopefully, God willing. So this is where I had my mint, and it'll come back. Mint is just crazy. It grows like crazy, and it's pretty hardy. In here, see, I had these old DVDs that I hung up to scare the birds. I gotta clean those up because they're pretty much just trash now. But in here, I'm gonna plant something. I want to plant savory and marjoram, maybe, because I already have other herbs over there, and my idea this year is to make the herb de Provençal. Is that how you say it? As Christmas gifts, so dried herbs. So I'm thinking of doing that. So I'm going to grow that marjorie and savory, and then I have oregano, and I have thyme and sage and rosemary that I'm also growing. There's the pond. I don't know if you can see that. These are, I mean, you really can't tell what's growing right now. Everything's frozen. So that's a strawberry plant. But the strawberry plants didn't do so well in this area, and they did really well in another area. So we're thinking of kind of just not caring about them here and focusing on the other area. And here we have a blueberry bush. Right, so we got other things that should come back here. We have some hyssop, and these are comfrey. That's a comfrey plant, so hopefully will come back. And we've got daffodils trying to emerge. These are later. I have blooming daffodils in the front yard, but these are later, coming up later. This is a cherry tree. So I have 3 cherry trees right there, and then behind it, and then over there. So 3 cherry trees, and then I have a sour cherry. Well, this is blueberry. I don't understand this one, where this came from. That's weird, weirdly placed. And then this is the the sour cherry. So this is my water barrel and the rain barrel, and you can see that I really need to clean this hardy plank. It was getting bad last year, and then I just never got to it. It's all long. So I gotta clean that. And then these are my 5 raised beds. So 3 in a row here. They're on this hill. And I started to work on them yesterday. I weeded this one, so I can't get that one big, thick weed out. I have to ask somebody stronger to pull that one out. I just abandoned that there. I'm airing out my soil because I read that you can get Legionnaire's disease if you just open it and breathe in right away. You should let them air out. That's what I did. I'm gonna put those on the bed and work in some compost. I have various bags of compost, and and get started on that. And I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to plant where. I think here is going to be tomatoes and peppers and lettuce. In that middle row, where I have a lot of garlic that I planted, and over here I have garlic too. I'm not sure, not everything grows well with garlic, so I have to check on that, what I'm going to grow. And then over on that bed is where I think I'm going to try to grow corn this year. I'm excited about that. There's my cold frame down at the bottom, that box. That got blown off. That kept getting blown all winter. The wind would come along and it would go flipping down the hill there. These are this is new this year. This is my potato bags. I put 4 inches about of soil in there. Today, this afternoon, I'm going to plant the potato slips, and then I'm going to put 4 more inches of soil on top. And they're just going to sit here, and I'm going to see how well they work. We had potatoes last year in this bed, and it worked out okay. So I want to grow more potatoes. I'm trying to grow things that we eat. So garlic, onions, celery, lettuces, tomatoes, bell peppers, corn, carrots. I'm trying to grow. So anyway, I'm in the middle of planning what I'm going to grow in this area. This is my Virginia sweet spire, and this is a great pollinator plant. The bees just love them, so that really attracts the bees. And then behind that, I don't know if you can see that, that's the aronia bushes, or the chokeberries. And we're gonna, I think, get rid of a couple of these because I have too many, and they are really prolific. And I couldn't harvest them. And I'm okay leaving them for the birds and everything too, but I just don't need that many. I'd rather have other fruit-bearing bushes here. So, and then let's see, I forget what we planted down there. Way at the bottom, we have a Chinese chestnut. Oh my gosh, I can't remember what we planted. Oh boy, that's bad. But I know that these 3 are the nectarines, and you can see that I don't want to walk on my strawberries. Let's see if I can walk down here without falling. So you can see how they're budding. I think they're getting life on them. So this nectarine, peach nectarine. I think that might be the new trees down here might be pawpaw. We're trying to grow pawpaw. That's a native tree to this area. So the cicadas are coming. We have 17-year cicadas here, and what I have to do, they attack young trees. The branches that are just the size of a pencil and smaller, that's what they like to lay their eggs in. So what I have to do, I bought this kind of bunting, or this mesh, this fine mesh. You wrap it around the base 3 or 4 times, and that keeps it with zip ties, and that keeps them from crawling up and laying eggs, apparently. So I'm gonna have to do it. I have, I think, 16 or 18 trees, and I'm gonna have to do that too. So that'll be something. Here you can see the poor frost covered strawberries. This is my big strawberry patch, and it was really prolific last year. And so this will be its 3rd year. We've had 2 good years. So this 3rd year, I've heard that it goes in about 3-year cycle. So this will be the last one. Then we'll have to do something, maybe thin it out. But look at how it's grown. It's really grown. So I'm excited about that. I'm looking forward to getting strawberries. On this side of the garden, we had a bunch of native grasses, and they grew so enormous. It was ridiculous looking. I really didn't like the look. I didn't like how they covered up the light. That's my dining room. And so we're planting more trees. This is a fig right here. And we've got a pineapple guava back there. And what I want to do is I got a green stalk, which is a big, tall oh, how do I describe it? It's a big, tall thing full of containers, and it's you know, container gardening, but it's tall, and it has a sort of watering mechanism, so it keeps everything watered, and you can turn it so that everything gets sun. Anyway, I want to sit it outside, maybe right here, right there, and put it there and come out and turn it and make sure it's getting watered and that sort of thing. That might be where I put it. Let's see what else is growing here. Not quite sure. This is St. John's wort, the type of St. John's wort. Oh, my fingers are getting cold. So it doesn't look too good right now. Go out the bay here. This is my hydrangea bushes. And then we want to remove these two bushes right here because they get in the way and I can't get back to the herbs. So I have oregano and thyme. Here's the thyme. Oregano, and sage is back there. And then rosemary. Oh my gosh, I have to look up what things are because I'm drawing a blank now. So this is a new bush that we put in. This is Amber Jubilee. So this is for just good looks and supporting pollinators. So those are new bushes that we got in. My Lenten roses are looking pretty sad, really. But they're flowering. But look at all the brown leaves. So this probably needs some pruning back and maybe some fertilizing or something to help it be stronger. Let's see, under this tree we can't get anything to grow because, except for chickweed. The chickweed is coming back, which is an invasive species, but apparently it has a lot of good qualities to it. You know, humans can eat it, chickens apparently like it, and it's got, the roots are good for the soil. So I don't know. I'm not going to do much different here in this front garden, which look at all the toys. I'm going to try to harvest elderberries. We're going to see if our honeyberries, we haven't gotten any berries off our honeyberries. We have gotten elderberries, but the birds get to them first. I have yet to harvest rose hips, so I'm going to try and do that this year. And a lot of this is just these little bushes and everything are support pollinators. So, and up here we have this other kind of St. John's wort, which keeps a color. It doesn't look so good right now, but it looks good all winter because it keeps this beautiful yellow color. So it's nice. Oh, the birds are singing. Here are my rose hip. Yeah, we got some buds on them. And then over here, down, I don't know, this is getting long. I don't want to make it too long. Down there at the front of the yard, I don't know if you can see the orange flags right by the shadow of, that's my yard sign. I've been putting up yard signs. This, since COVID, I started buying these things from Etsy. Because these people have these side gigs where they make signs. And to be sort of neighborly when we're not really able to talk much to each other, I buy these, one per month. I've got one for Easter. Yeah, so that'll be, anyway, this area right here, I'm going to make into a pollinator garden. So I'm excited about that. We can't do that until after the last frost. You can see how frosty the yard is. It's quite chilly. I can't believe it's supposed to go up to 60 this afternoon. Oh, here, woodpecker. Oh. Anyway, the last thing I'll show you, you can see my shadow walking, is, let me get past this messy area. We come out here and play when I'm babysitting. There's the sidewalk chalk. There's my pretty daffodils, my one little patch. Let's see. This area here is going to become more of a garden. And we've already started. We planted more blueberry bushes. They're along there. We planted more pawpaw. We put bushes around this generator, which my husband put in. I don't know. I want solar energy, but he's not sold on that. But the thing is, our neighbor's fence, that is not his property line. His property line is actually in our garden, in the front here. So we actually planted about 3 to 5 feet over the property line, because we've been here 20 years and nobody's ever used that area. So we were just sloppy. So, and he wants to extend his fence out. So what we're doing is we're going to make this whole area here just a garden, a food forest over here as well. And we're going to we have to move these trees. We've got almond and apple trees we're trying to grow, but man, they're not doing that well here. I think because it's too shady. But what I'm worried about, you can really hear that woodpecker, is there's a break in the trees there where the deer always come through. And if they put a fence there, all the way up, there's going to be a fence right up against where our garden is right now. Where are the deer going to go? They're gonna want to come around and come up here, maybe come up this path. Which I don't know if they will, because I don't think they're going to want to go so close to the house and in between the cars and the trash cans. That might be too close to humans. So I'm not sure what's going to happen there. They might, this is our really junky area, they might come up and go behind our backyard, which is right here. And this is another part of our food forest. So these are 2 chestnut trees here, and a lot of comfrey and hyssop and daffodils here. And then these are little apple trees that we can't get started, and more comfrey and daffodils. And then this area, this is our compost. Then, so we kind of mow behind the fence there to keep stuff from growing up to the yard. But this patch here, this patch of woods is our yard, and it's overtaken with invasive species, Oriental bittersweet and Japanese honeysuckle. At some point in the near future, I want to clear all that out and put in native species. So that's something to work on later. And then just down here by the little play area, this is the fort my husband built. And this is a little play area in here. And then this is a little path that takes you down to the pond. This is where the 5-year-old loves to play so much. He loves it. We dumped dirty sand out here, so it almost looks like snow, but it's sand. But you can see the stream and the logs where the little 5-year-old likes to run across. So anyway, so that is a little before, picture of the garden. We'll see. We'll see how things turn out. I'll keep you posted if you're interested. All right, thanks. Take care. Bye.